So we've done a lot of work to get further along in the system. We've induced our partner to roll up to the turtle position. We've controlled him in that position from a very specific turtle control position. We've actually induced him to position himself to make him more susceptible to the choke that's coming. And then we've wrapped our gi around him and keeping a tight control of him, which we call the Peruvian control position. Now, we're going to do the namesake of this system. I'm actually show you how to do the Peruvian, and then we're going to start talking about all the different ways to recognize his defenses and our ability to stop it. So let's get down into that Peruvian control position. I've slid in between, separating his elbow and his knee, his hands furrowed out, his head's forced down to the ground. I've induced him to keep his hand on the outside. I've flared my gi open, keeping pressure with my chest to keep his head from coming up. I have the thumb in, I look inside the gap, I connect everything together. My hand is caught, so now that my right hand is free, the order of operations here is by all fans. You already have noticed a very particular theme here, that my ability to control his head controls his ability to escape, right? My ability to prevent at least 50% of the way that his head can move only offers him 50% of the escape, if that makes sense. So one of my primary issues here as I transition to the Peruvian is to make sure his head never comes off the ground. Cool? Now, it will be the difference between every other scramble that is possible from here if you perfect this motion. So when I'm inside a Peruvian control position, before I start to maneuver, I take my hand and I actually invert my palm so that it's placed behind. It makes a perfect fit right behind his skull, so my hand's right tied through. I have a little bit better elbow maneuver, right? It's a little bit better than going here where a little bit of tightness with the elbow doesn't allow you a lot of motion. That pressure with the head is going to allow me to step my feet up off the ground. Now, I'm able to move my right knee all the way over to the other side of his body. So my foot's actually going to step on the other side of his head. It's going to look like this. Now, from here, if I can keep his head still down, I will. As I step up with my left leg to get on the other side of his body. Now, I'm not in too much of a hurry, but I do like to do it slick. So when I come up, I'll have this issue of actually stepping my knee all the way around to his body and somehow staying connected with this lapel. So in order to cheat, I'm actually going to sit back at an angle as I throw my leg over. It's going to look like this. Cool. Now, what we're seeing is that my leg is loose on the back and I have one leg over his head. Now, I have a lot of control over his body. It's preventing him from raising his head up because my foot's on the outside. It's preventing him from jumping over me because my left leg's blocking his hips. So if we raise up so you can look up, you can see that my hand's still caught underneath him. And there's a lot of different configurations of how he'll defend this, but we'll come to that, okay? So let's do that entry one more time. You'll see me do it once more at a very slow speed as I kind of just talk out the little parts. You'll see me do a little bit more fluidly. Then we'll talk about how to finish it. So I enter in, I slide, I separate, I flare the arm, press the head, open the gi, thumb in, looking through the gap, connecting, hand down, pinning the head, stepping over with the foot, stepping over, falling back, and throwing my leg over the side. See it one more time. Nice and smooth this time. Separating, flaring, head pin. Opening the gi, looking through the gap, over. Pin the head, over the body, stepping, and together. Now, To finish this submission, there are several different progressions. The easiest progression that causes you no extra motion is to simply point your heel towards the other wall. By straightening out my leg, it forces his neck into the lapel, causes the choke. Depending on how strong he is, as I start to push, he may start to resist. I take my hand off the ground, I actually put my hand inside the lapel, and I start to pull back and straighten out my chest. It adds another level of pressure. It is just the way things are that choke comes on so quickly that the first 2 seconds of resistance, if he tries to use it with resistance, seconds 4 and 5 will probably be unconsciousness. It is a very quick choke. It is very unsuspecting. A lot of different things can happen. Right? So that is the Peruvian necktie.